Please be patient with me just a minute. I'm going to make sure that we are live and that we are streaming in the best quality. So, there. Okay. So, I wanted to let everyone know, talk about a couple of things. The first one, we are going to be starting to produce some merch. If there are any designs you would like to see or things you would like to see focused on, give us some ideas. We will be doing some zebra t-shirts, and I'm thinking of doing one with the pain scale, maybe some unicorns. So there's that. Give us any ideas of things you would like to see, or ideas or things like that. The proceeds we get from it will go towards either the artist that, I'm gonna flip around, sorry. The artist that creates it. If we use someone else's design, we do have one design that I really liked that we're going to be producing that was created by one of our younger people for her mom, a teenager. So, and for a school project. I think it's a teenager, maybe even younger. But I thought it was really good. So we will be producing that one. Also let us know what types of things you would like to see. Would you just shirts? Would you like to see water bottles, phone covers, different things like that? Let me know. So there's that. Obviously I'm outside today. It's not as hot as it's been, and I figure getting out and about would be helpful. So, second thing, I'm going to be doing some videos and calling out YouTubers that tips and tricks videos, different things like that, and or other social media, and make challenges to share their tips and tricks for life, for dealing with illness, or things they like about the positives about ADS. So if you would like to participate in that, please leave a comment below and I will get a hold of you to do that. The next thing I wanted to talk about is, I've seen recently on YouTube or on Facebook a lot, people are trying to encourage teachers to teach kids to find 90 degrees using their hands. Now, there's pros and cons to that. So some of the pros, you've got it with you always. I'm going to go through the cons in a minute. And it kind of is similar cons to why the metric system was developed. So I'm going to talk about that briefly. If you don't know, the imperial system of measuring feet, inches, etc. was developed using, every person had their own measurement. Your foot, your thumb, different things like that. So the problem became, if you went to one person, you'd get a different length than if you went to another person. And that could be hard because you need to not have to sew as much. And if you got something shorter, one would be paying the same amount for something for less, but also you might have to do some extra sewing to add some length on, or things like that. So then it became the king's foot, the king's thumb, things like that. That made it more even, but think about what would happen when the king died and you got a new king. All of a sudden you have a new measurement. And you'd have to refigure everything out, how much you needed everything else. So that became a problem, and that's why they came up with the metric system. So how does this apply to finding 90 degrees? Well, a lot of people, when they hold their hands out, it goes like this, when their hands are spread. Well, look what happens when I spread my hands. There are people out there without connective tissue disorders and with connective tissue disorders that's over 90 degrees. The same is true with connective tissue disorders. There are people out there who have connective tissue disorders that's under 90 degrees or at 90 degrees. But the problem becomes that you start singling kids out because of it. And that's never appropriate. And especially if you have a kid who misses more due to illness, things like that, from connective tissue disorders or some other disorder, that can really get on their psyche. So that's my reasons as to why we should not use that. I will see you in the next video. Please leave comments of any merch you would like to see or otherwise. One thing we would like to also know is if you know someone who does programming, especially if they have EDS would be preferred, but any chronic illness is our second. So let us know, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.